capture your content. This is a message that we receive probably multiple times a day, that we need to capture content for our business and we need to get in front of the camera. And I agree. However, no one's talking about the how. And if you're just starting, it can be very daunting. And that's why I wanted to share some entry points that you can do to get you more comfortable and start the process and demystify having to create content, because you can do it. Now, as a brand photographer, a personal brand photographer, a videographer, and strategist for business owners, I have met business owners in this whole spectrum, whether they have someone that does all their social media to someone that's just starting out, doesn't know what to post. So if you are a creative business owner like myself, you're a photographer, you're an artist, you're a maker, you have a shop, you have a studio, these tips are going to be great for you to just start capturing content. And I believe your process is your branding gold. That's where so much magic can happen. Your audience really becomes engaged, really becomes curious of what you're doing, and they're along for the ride, and your process has so much great content. So let's jump into what you need to do. Okay, so the first thing, I'm going to show you what I do and then some variations, because you don't need to have equipment, but if you do get equipment, there's some variety. So I bring this little tripod with this phone attachment to all my photo shoots. I do not bring a crew with me. I just simply set this up, drop my phone in, go to the Timelapse, which I'll show you, the Timelapse feature on your phone camera app. I place this on the ground, or if there's a table, a bookshelf, a chair, a box, anywhere I can elevate it and it's flat and stable, that's where I'll stick it, go along what I need to do, circle back, turn it off. You can capture so much great fun with a time lapse with this setup. Now, I have used other tripods back in the day. This is great if maybe you're outside and it's not a flat terrain and you need something that's more flexible. These could be good too, and there's so many different varieties. I even used this at one time before I started really getting into video. And if you are a maker or creative and you're doing a lot of stuff on your work surface, you may enjoy doing some overhead perspective. And that's when a scissor arm comes into play, where we attach that same phone accessory to the top here, attach this to the table. Now this is for a podcast mic. I wanted something that's very durable. I'll put all the specifics down below if you're researching. And this gives you great ability, great height, adjustability. And I've been using this for overheads as well. There we go. So that's some equipment. If you don't have a tripod, don't have that deter you. Or maybe you forgot your tripod that day when you were going in. You could use any boxes that you might have. You just want to set it up so that the phone is parallel. You don't want it sagging down like this, because that's not going to be a good angle for anyone. So if you have a box, you may have a studio with an Apple box. Even a stack of books. Grab a stack of books. Make sure there's enough books to have it parallel to what you're doing. And set it up on a time lapse, which when you go into your phone app, I'll show you this. Go into your camera app, slide all the way over, and you will see time lapse. Set that up. Go set up your workspace for your next project for the day. 5 minutes, come back. I'll leave all the specs for what you can expect for the length of time. And now there's all these other options like 1x, 2x, 0.5, you can see all the options here, but I honestly just keep it at 1x. I don't want to make things complicated. I just set it and then go about what I'm going to do. Okay, So I've touched on time lapse. And what's great is that video, obviously, lots of people love video. And if you have still images, if you've done a brand session with a photographer, that's great. You can utilize those. But a time lapse, why I like that when you're just starting, is that it gets you in front of the camera. You don't have to talk to the camera. You don't have to look at the camera. You can just go about your day. And it could end up being like a transformation of you like having an empty workshop space to setting up for the day right before you start a project. It could be you cleaning up your space. You could be doing a quick little tour of your location and space. And it allows you to be seen and humanize your content without all the pressure of speaking, of looking at the camera, trying to say something. It's such a great entry point. Now, if you want a tighter perspective, so that perspective I just talked about, maybe you have the camera, your phone, like on a bookshelf across the studio or at the end of your workbench. But if you want to get tighter and just have your hand showing, let's say for a scissor arm, or if you have it propped with books, having your hands working on something, creating something, you're humanizing the content. Just having your hands in the content, you're humanizing it. And that is the goal. People want to know who is behind the business, who they are investing in. So just starting with making with hands with a time lapse, doing a distant time lapse where someone could see your full body moving around or 3/4 of your body moving around into your space. That is a great entry point. You can put music over it. You can put some text over it to give it some context, like setting up the workshop for a new project, setting up the studio for an open house this weekend, packaging all my orders from this week. It could be a gratitude post thanking everyone who ordered. You could be packing up the studio to go do a pop-up. You could be at your outdoor pop-up, setting up your tent. That could be a time lapse. There's so many parts of your day that you may think of being mundane or no one wants to see this. People love it. They want to be taken on an experience, see what it's like. It's also showing how much work it is to create and do what you do. And that's an important element too. So not only are you humanizing the content and people see who you are, but they're understanding your process and where you make your items, where your shop is, where your studio is, and you're bringing people in. And this is a great entry point. Doing a time lapse, using a phone. I just wanted to I really believe that we do need to create content. We need to be seen. And these are great entry points. If you are just starting out, just to do these things will build up your confidence, and then you can go a little bit deeper on how you package the information together. But if you can do anything this week, create a time lapse, post it as a reel, share it in your stories, give some context, meaning add some text to it so people know what you're doing when they're looking at it, add some music and see what happens, and stay consistent. So if you want to make one of these a week and then work up to 3 times a week, and then you can really start getting creative on how you're packaging the information, it makes a world of difference, because I really want everyone out there seeing all the work that you do with your business. So I'm going to leave this video here. This will dive into other how you can DIY your content. But make that content, capture that process, and I'll see you there.